And you are looking live at our split studios. This is Fantasy Baseball Now, episode 99 for our show, part of the ball9.com podcast network. On tonight's show, thank you for joining us. We will look at a pack of guys who you've been patiently or impatiently, if you're me, waiting to return from the injured list. And you ask the question, will the wait be worth it once they're able to get in your active lineup? Just one more time, essentially, is the juice worth the squeeze with some of these guys? That, along with who's hot, who's not, go get them and cut them. Early look at under the radar two-star pitchers for week 22 and what teams have the best hitting matchups next week. Sir, how are you? And Saratoga beckons in just a few days for us.
Yes, it does. So, yeah, subscribe and like because we're going to need the money after Saturday.
Yes.
Better chance of me picking a horse that loses to the ambulance than picking a winner. But before we jump into all that, don't forget to follow us on all our social medias and the ball9.com network, and look for our postings on Get in the Lab as we continue to grow that relationship. And the horses beckon. They better run better than my Tri-State Baseball Federation team's been running recently. I've run the Preakness, and unfortunately, we're running the Belmont. So we got a little work to do. We got a little work to do.
Don't need to track anything. If I pass you tonight on the air, I'll let you know. Trust me.
It'll be a blank screen. It'll be snow like in the old days when we went off the air.
This is true. So I have Blake Snell coming back tonight. I hope he makes it past the 3 innings he made his first start, I don't know how many months ago, before he got hurt again. It's that time. And, it's tricky with some of these injured guys because you don't know how good they're going to be when they come back.
Well, it's more a question of when, right? And are they going to come back? There's 2 parts to this for my brain. Are they dynasty players? So if they're sitting out there and people didn't stash them as injury stashes, would you grab them and stash them? Roman Anthony. We will not talk about him tonight because there's not enough information on when he's coming back.
Yep.
Nick Kurtz, obviously, if somebody was foolish enough to drop him, or if your roster limitations don't allow for injured list. But then if they do come back, the players that could very likely help. And I didn't spend a lot of time on guys that are on non-contending teams, with the exception of Kurtz. But if they can come back in the next, by September 1, and a pitcher can give you 5 or 6 starts, and you're chasing categories in roto, but more importantly, they can pile up points even in short outings. Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, pile up a lot of points in a short outing. You're going to want to pay attention to that because it can be a quick boost for you in a playoff run and head-to-head. Jesus.
It could. And that's going to be so. What are the Yankees screwing up again?
I'm just watching them try to play defense.
And hence the drink.
I feel like I'm watching them Mets.
All right. So in our best Arnold Schwarzenegger, here's a bunch of guys. We got 3 slides tonight. Guys we're going to look at. Are they worth it, or what can you possibly expect from them? Slide 1.
Start with the Diamondbacks because Burns and Gallen both threw bullpens last Tuesday. They both threw bullpens on Saturday. They're throwing bullpens tonight. And if they come off that, they're both going to go to rehab shortly. The guy I missed that might be the most important Diamondback that's coming back and could really be a difference maker is Justin Martinez, who's in a rehab outing now. They expect him to throw 2 more times in a rehab outing. He was throwing 101 the other night. He hasn't pitched since last June because of Tommy John, and he was throwing 101 the other night, and they have no real closer. Kevin Ginkel, Paul Sewell, we decided to cut him 2 weeks ago. That could make a huge difference in a saves chase. The Diamondbacks are playing really good ball. it's a little bit of smoke and mirrors because they're getting timely hitting, but not scoring a ton of runs. But getting Burns and Gallen back can make a huge difference, and they're going to pitch. If they're healthy, they're going to pitch. Burns is on I think Burns was on his contract's up, so he's got to show something. Gallen was on.
When's the last time Corbin Burns pitched?
Oh shit, he might have been wearing an Orioles uniform.
That's my problem with it. Is what are you going to get? I'm out on Gallen. I think Gallen's done.
Everybody's out on Gallen, but Gallen, who knows? Maybe he'll cheat when he comes back.
It's funny. The guy I actually like on this list is the guy I've been down on for 2 years is Rutschman.
He was activated tonight, and he's in the lineup for the Red Sox.
I think he's got a chance to revitalize himself, new surroundings, playing on a winning baseball team for now. I think he's got a good chance to make a big impact there. And Kurtz, I don't know, he's hurt his thumb twice now, and that
here's the challenge with him. Like, can these guys help you this year? Yeah, if they all come back, they could potentially help you this year. If I'm the A's, as Mark Kotze winds down the end of his tenure as manager for the A's, because he's getting fired.
Absolutely.
And sadly, deservedly so. Frankly, this year
when they start firing their yes man, that's really bad.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Yep.
Why bring him back at all? I mean, why bring him back? Why not just say, look, there's no reason to bring him back. They're not playing for anything. Just get healthy and be back next year. That said, if he's on my roster, I want him to come back next week.
Sure.
Put some foam on that thumb and get in the batter's box and start launching some bombs because I need you. I think Palencia is key on this. He made a rehab appearance the other night. He's very close to coming back. They've been closer by committee, and the Cubs are playing really good ball. And they add all those pitching changes and then slot Cabrera in as a split start. Like, let him share starts.
Yeah. Here's the risk with like putting too much on a guy like Palencia. Again, he was hurt. He came back and he went right back out onto the injured list.
Yeah, he did.
And I know that because I traded for him and then I put him in my lineup when he came back from the first injury, and then he was gone again.
Yeah, it looks like Basallo's in a rehab is going to be cleared for a rehab assignment by the end of the week.
Yep.
Cabrera's making makes his third rehab start tonight. Palencia starts his rehab tomorrow. So I had those two backwards.
Okay. All right. Next group.
Bring it.
Hit it.
Well, as you said, Snell's back tonight. Glasnow is... Well, Korea's hitting off a tee. He starts hitting off a tee tonight. They're playing good ball. I don't know how.
I think they're going to win that division. Texas just can't put it together in Seattle.
Sadly, I tend to agree very sadly because none of us want that.
No.
Glasnow through 2 2/3 with a run on a hit, a walk, and striking out 2 Sunday at Oklahoma City. There may be one more rehab start for him, and he's coming back. They can afford to bring him back. They can afford to bring him and Snell back and pitch 4 innings.
Well, that's the thing, and that's the issue with the fantasy value for both those guys. They don't care about now. They want them ready to go in October. They can treat them like spring training guys right now.
No, yes, true. But in a head-to-head league, they could give you enough points to offset having to roll Andrew Abbott or somebody like that in because you need a pitcher, you need a starter.
That is very true.
I'd rather get +7 out of Glasnow than -14 out of some other piece of crap that I have to fill my pitching staff out with. Will Smith, probably the biggest wild card because I hate to, it's hard to say this. They need him in the lineup. He keeps the line moving. They're hoping he's going to take batting practice this week.
Yeah.
They're still saying closer to September 1 for him.
I'll tell you, the guy that make me nervous is Joe Ryan. He is not right.
Not only is he not right, but I inadvertently left him off. I inadvertently left him off the second half flameouts. He's got a sore butt, so he threw yesterday, and he looks like he'll probably be coming back. But they got stuff to pitch for. They're in it. But his second half numbers in his career are historically not good.
Yeah.
So he's always tailed off. Rodon's making one more rehab start. Bellinger started baseball activities. I forgot Byron Buxton, but that was kind of on purpose because every time he's ever been close, he's ever been on the DL, and he's been close to coming back. He's another month away because that's sadly.
Oh, and then he slides into second base, and he's gone for 3 more weeks.
Exactly. I didn't put Soto on here just because they're not playing for squat, and a strained calf could be 10 days to 30 days, and you never know how he's going to respond. He's so lowly motivated from a team standpoint. He probably doesn't care if he plays again this year. He's still getting paid.
I think Bellinger's the big wild card here for New York.
I think from the knowns, it'll be nice to get Rodon back. He's a dicey fantasy guy because he does walk a lot of guys.
Yep.
Bellinger will mean more. He'll mean more to Ben Rice than he will to anything he does for the Yankees. Though Garcia's starting to provide a little bit of protection, but I mean, I'm looking at a graphic. The Yankees are 6 for 69 in their last 11 games with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, let me do the math. That sucks.
It's 087. It was 6 for 6. It was 6 for 68 before Chisholm flew out in the first. I mean, Aaron Judge is irreplaceable, but they were scoring more runs before Bellinger went out. They're averaging 2.6 runs a game in their last 10. That's the Yankees we're talking about.
All right, next
Bellinger's a big part of that. He wasn't having a spectacular season. I mean, I know he made the All-Star team. He wasn't as good as last year, but he's still effective in the lineup.
Yeah. Give me a second. All right, next wave.
Next wave, last 5.
There's Judge. When is Aaron Judge coming back?
That's a great question. September 1. He's starting to run. He's starting to swing a bat. So I don't know what that means. I don't think he's going to end up having any fantasy value this year because if they know they're going to make the playoffs and they bring him back September 15th, so we can get 2 weeks of at-bats, probably at DH and not in the field just to get some timing. I don't expect a ton out of him except for protection for everybody else in the lineup because it is Aaron Judge.
Your guy's the big guy, O'Neal Cruz.
He may be back just today. He could be back. He's eligible to come off the DL on the 14th. He began a rehab assignment Friday. He's played in 3 games since Friday, and he looks and feels good. He's not yet really swinging the bat for power, but he's running and he's playing the feet. He DH the first 2 games. They finally put him in the outfield. Connor Griffin would be the other one on here. Certainly he's a stash for Dynasty, but I don't count on him. I mean, he's going to start taking swings, but he's not getting the splint off his finger for another week. I mean, he's playing catch, but he really can't throw. Shane McClanahan was pitching really well before he went on the IL. He threw 2 innings in a simulated game on Thursday. They think he's going to be back next week. Joe Musgrove's in the Corbin Burns category. Like, when was the last time we saw him pitch? But he threw. He and Nick Pivetta both pitched in the same rehab start game the other day, and Pivetta left with elbow tightness, but then threw 30 pitches afterwards and said he felt fine. Yeah, but they need them.
I don't know.
The Padres are making crazy noise all of a sudden in the West and in the playoff race, and getting a combination of Musgrove and Pivetta back together as a single starter, it will be huge. But we haven't seen Musgrove in so long. Same thing, like him and Burns not at the same level as Glasnow and Snell, especially head to head. You get positive points from those guys instead of negative points from terrible starters and head to head. They're worth a flyer. And James Wood started baseball activities today, and they're going to bring him back. There's no way there's no way they're going to shut him down.
No, let him play. The more at bats, the better.
Let him play, but that's a lot of power and a lot of RBIs and a lot of productivity that's going to drop back in your lineup soon, probably in the next 10 days. So Rutschman and Snell are back. Cruz is the closest of the rest of this group.
Yep.
All the pitchers look like they're starting rehab assignments. So, I mean, by the beginning of September, we could see every single one of these guys, with the probable exception of Judge. I mean, Sal Basallo is going to get at bats. They're not playing for squat.
Absolutely.
And they traded Rutschman for a reason, because they think, and he's going to catch, so he's going to play a lot.
Yeah, no, you might as well get him at bats, give him the experience. Get out there and play.
But in the multiple ways to look at this, in the one way to look at it, if you're in a dynasty league and you're out of it, and you have limitations on IL, picking some of these guys up that you might save if they're available, now's the time. Whether they play or not is irrelevant. If you have no shot to win and you also need to build your roster for, we're going to say next year, but probably for 2028.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the stuff to pay attention to, because there are leagues with no ILs. Like when the guy's hurt, you either keep him in your lineup as no stats,
that's
or
crazy.
you got to cut. Yeah, it's great, a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
So
it's a lot of pressure. I remember we used to have 5 spots, right? And then there were so many pitcher injuries that we're like, we can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like like 4 of my 5 safe players are pitchers, and they're all on the IL. I got to be able to, we got to do something different with this. And there wasn't a lot of pushback. There wasn't a lot of pushback with that at all. I mean, other guys like Josh Young's participating in baseball activities, third base, a crappy position. Texas is a bad baseball team. Maybe not. Everything's falling apart in Toronto. I mean, there's Savage is out for the year again with a meniscus tear. I mean, it's just Hunter Green probably won't pitch until June of next year now.
Yeah, he's done.
He hasn't gotten a formal diagnosis yet, but I'd love to know with him, especially, is it him trying to come back too soon? Last year was the groin, like 3 different stints on the IL. That might have hurt his arm. Who knows? Or is it the Reds medical saying, if you feel good, then let's go? And they're just not handling them properly, because that's a lot of injuries in 2 years for a guy that was extraordinarily healthy until he got to last year.
True. I don't know. I think you're onto something though with the groin. You start favoring that, you change your arm angle, your release point, whatever it is. You're going to see whoever the noted specialist du jour is.
Yeah. And not favoring your groin like a 13-year-old boy, not that kind of favoring your groin, because I know how our audience is. So we're not, before you even start with those comments.
Yeah, Cliff makes a good point with the Nats. It's amazing. They score all those runs, but that's just how horrific that pitching staff is.
They're going to be the third, if everything holds, they're going to be the third team since I think it's 1929 to lead baseball in homers, runs scored, and stolen bases.
Wow.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
And they're under 500.
Yeah, because they lead Major League Baseball in runs allowed. They might lead they might lead Major League Baseball in unearned runs allowed. They're an awful fielding team. They're a really bad fielding team. I mean,
hey, a little trip to the minor leagues seems to have fixed Royce Lewis, Mike's guy. I almost picked him up a week ago, but I decided that I wanted to have the full Max Muncy experience when you draft him late in a weak position and he gives you exactly what he gives you every year. Otherwise, I would have picked up Royce Lewis. He's owned in 79% of leagues, CBS, started in 67, last 21 games, hitting 306, 11 runs, 3 homers, 12 RBIs, and 5 steals. Eligible at first and third base and 14 games played at second base, so conceivably a second baseman as well. Whatever they did with him in the minors, it worked. And we'll see if he can sustain itself because he's been raking.
Why couldn't they do that 2 years ago?
I don't know.
Why couldn't they? When I kept him.
You did keep him. Yeah, congrats to Jacob Wilson. Maybe one day he'll play for a Major League Baseball team. But good record for him. Sell the team, John. Sell the team, asshole.
He's not going to.
I know.
He's not going to. For me, on a team that can't win any games, Noah Cameron, last 3 starts, he's a K an inning in 28 2/3, a 1.57 ERA and a 0.7 WHIP. He's up to 89% ownership on CBS and started in 76%. I think when you're that hot, you got to start him if you own him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pitched really, really well. Like he's pitched very well for them. He's done this before. I didn't go back to last year. I'm sure he was on the ad or Who's Hot list last year. So he comes with a little bit of a buyer beware.
He's been on all of our lists though.
He's been on every single one of them. 2-start.
Yeah.
Who's Not, ad, cut. He's made them all. He replaced Seth Lugo as our favorite Royal because Seth Lugo stopped being a baseball player.
Yeah, no. Cameron's good, but he's all over the place.
Yeah, he doesn't throw particularly hard, but he gets enough strikeouts that it's not that. Yeah, and he's not going to win any games because they don't win games. So he's going to be a lot of no decisions or lose tight games, or maybe he sneaks a win in here and there. But the whipping ERA and lately you can't ignore. And if you're close enough to a strikeout an inning, that's a little bit of a bonus. Hey,
a little bit of a jumping off on a tangent here. Who deserves to lose their job more, Matt Quatraro in Kansas City or Dan Wilson in Seattle?
Oh, Dan Wilson deserves to lose his job today. Like today, take a page out of the Vegas Knights book and hire John Tortorella for the rest of the season. Like, it doesn't even matter at this point. They're 7 games under with that pitching staff and that team, and they had such a great year last year.
Yeah,
I mean, Schneider gets a pass. Matt Quattro should have got fired before the All-Star break.
Yes,
I'm shocked that he's still there. I mean, there's a lot of managers that are hanging around that I don't get it.
No, the Royals being 49 and 71. We can go back to our preseason predictions. I think
let's not revisit that because I think we both had them to win the division.
I think we did. All right. Well, at least the Red Sox are making.
Now you're going to make me bring it up.
All right, you do that while we go to Who's Cold. So, is is the bloom off the rose for Jordan Walker. He's got great numbers on the year.
Whoops, sorry. He has not hit a home run since a home run derby.
It's absolutely crazy. Sorry, my screen's back. It went black for a minute there.
It is crazy.
We're back now.
Yeah.
He's the interesting one, right? So you waited for years for him to show the potential. Now he's done it. Now he sucks. Is it a slump, a long slump, or will he finish strong?
A power slump because I think it's a power slump more than it is anything else, right? He's still producing some runs. He's still getting on base. He's not. I mean, what is he in the last 21 days?
7 RBIs, 6 runs, 1 homer, 269, which is fine.
I mean, so he's not brutal, but that 1 homer is the only one since the All-Star break. Actually, that would have been before the All-Star break. I think I read the other day he has not homered since the home run derby.
That's crazy.
And then
but he got that nifty trophy.
By a similar token, this is a guy we've been waiting for forever. Like, when's Wyatt Langford going to be the best center fielder in baseball? We've been hearing it for 3.5 years. He's hurt a lot, but his last 68 at bats, he's 191. He does have 3 homers and 6 RBIs and 11 runs scored, but he's a 33% K rate guy. He still started in 91% of the leagues. I mean,
that's got to be that's reputation driven.
Well, that's waiting for something to happen, but
yeah,
he came off the injured list. He had a hot streak. He was going pretty well. And now he's not. He's just, I mean, maybe he's still young. He's still really young. And maybe he's just never healthy enough to see the full potential with him. But he's cool. He's a tough one.
Okay. All right.
He's hard to play when you're going that badly. It's hard. I mean, it's August 11th. Like, you can't afford weeks where guys go 1 for 15.
But we've been talking about guys like this, but he's got so much, quote, potential, and he steals bases that he's hard to take out of your lineup.
Yeah.
That's the hard part, because you think to yourself, as soon as I take him out, he's going to become the MVP candidate everyone's been talking about.
Yeah. Yep.
Numbers over names.
Sadly. Wouldn't that be great? My brain only worked that way.
All right, go get him. Is that an old one? That's last week's, isn't it?
No, not mine. It is. I don't know what the heck.
Well, that says Griffin Conine, but that's Ian Seymour.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, when you go to our slide, when you go to our slide, our guy will be in.
Okay, very good. El Jefe strikes again. So Ian Seymour, he's CBS ranked 12th. He's a guy, he's been up and down all year, but his last 4 starts, I've become a big believer in the Rays.
Oh, yeah.
I hate the Rays. I don't even like watching them play baseball. They're insignificant to me. 3-1, 27 whiffs in 22.2 innings, 1.99 ERA, 1.01 whip. On the season, 106 strikeouts and 90.1 innings. Yeah, go for it. And he's on a really, really good baseball team.
He's on a really good team. They manage him the right way. I mean, if he gives you 6 innings, you're going to love it. If he gives you 7, it's a massive bonus.
Yep.
And then we left Stephen Kwan for dead.
Yes, we did.
We did. I mean, we had a long conversation where I was going off on the Oregon State Beavers, and all of a sudden, his last 21 days, 66 at bats, 394. He does have a homer, which is unusual for him. 5 RBI, 7 runs, and 2 steals. He's up to 73% owned. He was in the 40s for a long time. His batting average is up to 265 on the season, and all of a sudden, the Guardians are scoring runs. Now, Jose Ramirez coming back in the lineup probably doesn't hurt that, but Chase DeLauder's going pretty well. Adding Adele for a little bit of protection, even though he's not lighting the world on fire, hasn't hurt. Right now, playing Stephen Kwan's a better play than playing Wyatt Langford.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the Guardians, they're another team. They seem to figure it out. I don't know how they do it, but they do.
I don't even want to know.
Well, they have a great manager, so.
He's a very good manager. He really is a very, very good manager. And they have unbelievable pitching. Top to bottom, they pitch.
Yeah, Parker Messick tomorrow night. Go. All right, now who to cut? Now look, this is we can call this an intervention. I'm just trying to help you out.
I don't need your help. Come on, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you feel good about yourself by letting you get close to me in the stand.
No, the guy I picked this week is in your active lineup.
Why? Look, he's 1 for 3 tonight.
Yeah, look.
I don't need him until Cruz comes back. I needed somebody for a week. I like the match.
You can do better than Luis Robert. I've been down on him since he was with the White Sox, and he was half-assing it, going after fly balls.
Hey, he doesn't like his job. He doesn't like his job.
I mean, my God, he is just awful.
You already got his bags packed. That's sadistic. Like, you cut him and he took it seriously. He's already got his shit packed and he's walking out of Citi Field. I mean, I don't blame him.
I think what bugged me was they sat him last night because the write-up said because he had just come off a stretch where he played 3 games in a row.
Oh my God.
Are you serious?
No. No,
I need a day. I need a blow.
How do you survive then?
What do you expect? He's suited up for 41. Yeah, tonight's game 42 of the year, but yeah, give him a rest day. Get 3-day
It was 27 games with some whatever injury, and he played 3 days in a row, and he needs a day off. I gave him
a day off last night. He started in 38% of the leagues, including ours with your team.
Yes, he is.
You can do better. You can do better somewhere. I don't have a name off the top of my head. You can do better.
Probably Stephen Kwan.
Not Lawrence Butler, but probably Stephen Kwan.
And then my guy, if I'm not mistaken, he pitched in the All-Star game. He's still 70% owned. He's only 31% started wisely. I mean, on the year, he's a 1.33 whip with a 4.17 ERA. He's less than a K an inning. His last 2 starts, he's got a 15 ERA and a 2.5 whip.
Yeah, he's on my head-to-head team, and he is firmly entrenched on the bench because his negative numbers are unbelievable.
Good point, Clifford. That's a very good point.
That's why I put that comment back up. That's a really
good point. It might even be closer to 2,000, to be honest with you. That's 3 full seasons. Maybe that's why the age 27 season is such a big season, because generally they're up when they're 23, 24, younger now. But the other challenge with that is if it's 1,500 at-bats and it takes them 5 years to get there because they're hurt all the time, there's no consistency in the ability for them to lock in.
True.
They're always getting readjusted every time they come off. That's Wyatt Langford, right? Every time he comes off the IL, he's got to get readjusted, reacclimated, and reset and in a groove, and it's a challenge. Now, Luis Robert, he wasted 1,300 at-bats in Chicago because he didn't give a crap. He cared for a year. He and Eloy Jimenez went off for a year, and everybody was going crazy that the White Sox are back. And then they both decided they hated what they did for a job. They quiet quit. They quiet quit. They stayed employed, but they didn't produce.
Where is Eloy on the list of busts in the last 20 years?
He's high.
He's high on that list. I haven't heard that name in a while.
He's high. I just said his name and I almost curled up in a ball under my desk because he's ruined me a little bit. I mean, if anybody was going to make me crawl up in a ball under my desk, it would have been Royce Lewis when you popped his mug up there.
I can't believe you haven't picked him up to salvage your sinking ship of a baseball team, but
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine. It's vacation season. My guys are on, people are taking vacations. People are, come on, we'll be fine. I'm not concerned.
All right. Next week, looking ahead, you can lead off on this one.
Yeah. I don't necessarily love the matchups for Andre Piante. I don't like at Cincinnati and at Philadelphia when it's probably going to be 1,000 degrees.
Yeah.
But his last 3 starts, he's 2-0 with a 1.45 ERA. And he's a 1-to-1 K, guys. He's only 65% owned. The Reds aren't hitting. So there's that. The Phillies aren't really scoring a lot of runs. And they're moving guys all over the place. He only pitches he'll give you like probably 5 to 6 innings at the most. So he's worth a flyer in a 2-start week for me. Your guy, that person he will never be on a roster for me ever again.
No. He's been on a few of our lists this year. Look, the White Sox at home.
I said to cut him 2 weeks ago.
I know. Big game though.
He got traded.
Then he got traded. Then he's at Seattle and they can't hit. But his last 3 games, 2.12 ERA, 17 innings with 14 Ks, good enough. And 14 hits and 5 walks. So whip is near 1. Why not? If you're really scratching or you need to go with an extra starter, 1 less reliever, not bad. If you're looking for the 2-start pitcher, he could be your guy. He's only started in 70% of leagues right now, owned in 35, but not a bad option next week if you need that 1 more starter.
Yep. And I like I like both of these hitter matchups. I mean, anytime you're facing any of these 4 teams, and if you're lucky enough to have 2 of them in the same week, that's probably a stack line. That's a lineup stack you want to pay attention to.
Yeah, you see the Angels and the A's in your grid in one given week. That's, you're foaming at the mouth.
You're looking to see if Isaac Paredes is still available.
Yeah, roll out the red carpet. Welcome to town, boys.
And then with the exception, Logan Webb did have a really good start the other night. They're probably, I don't know how much longer Lana Roop's going to stay in the rotation, if they're just going to close them down for innings. But the Giants are bad. They're bad. And their bullpen's even worse. So you just got to get past the starter. Hope you get the starter out by the 6th inning. That's probably the best advice. But
it's solid.
But I don't like the degenerate side won't allow me to do that. I'm going to be there. I watch a thoroughbreds run all day. I couldn't bet a horse if I had to. In a 1-horse race, I'd still probably lose to the ambulance. I'm just not good at betting horses. But we'll do a little research this week. We'll see if our friends at StatHead have any great information on horse racing.
Hey, Cliff, if you ended it with Secretariat, that's not a bad way to go out.
Yeah, it's actually, if that was the last horse race you ever watched was the Belmont in 73, then you left on the absolute pinnacle of the greatest horse that ever lived on this planet from a horse racing standpoint. Though Mr. Ed, in horse totality, Mr. Ed got a hit off Sandy Koufax. So, come on. 73. I was 10. So, yeah. All right, Cliff. We're speaking the same language.
Got you on that one. All right. And for our show next Tuesday, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, why not?
Mrs. Pugsley will be on pickup duty. Liam starts tackle football next week till 8:30, but I'll be here.
Tackle football.
Tackle football. It's that time.
Not flag football.
Nope.
Not light touch.
He's graduated to tackle football. He's got camp this week. He's out getting after it with the tackling dummies. He actually was throwing with the quarterbacks today and got some high praise from the varsity coach. So I was trying to get him to go to the running back or the wide receiver section of the specialty drills, but he wanted to go to the quarterback. And I'm like, hey, go for it.
You would be wise to show him some Conrad Dobler tape.
I got to show him some protein before I do that.
You gotta get him some Conrad Dobler tape and teach him like the eye poke, the cup grab. I do remember them. I do remember the Jets winning a championship, and I mean, I just finally got my 53-year Nick Monkey off my back, and now I'm just hoping before people say nice things about me at a viewing event that the Jets win a Super Bowl. So I'm feeling I got to live to about 111 to hedge my bet.
You're close, except for the quarterback position. You're not close.
Now we're good. We got Cade Klubnik.
There you go. He was a top 10 pick a year ago this time, projected.
You know who we don't have? We don't have Zach Wilson. So I as long as he's not on the roster, I feel like we have a fighting chance.
Very good. All right. So we're doing the Saratoga thing. Will be easy to find.
Yeah.
Stop by.
As long as we're not incarcerated, or we didn't just decide to buy Pope Pizza in Saratoga and start a pizza shop, then we'll be here next Tuesday.
All right. We will catch you then. Enjoy.
Bring the Olympic torch with you on Saturday.